Yo boys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from Run the Foot Market. I have a brand new video for everybody today. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody's enjoying FIFA right now. I'm really enjoying this game, man. Like, I gotta say, I know there's some gameplay flaws and things like that, but I'm actually playing the weekend league, just so you guys know. I'm actually coming against some crazy players right now, but this is the team I'm using. It's like a 50K team with some untradables. I mean, the Deli, the Stones, the Bravos untradable, those could be golds. And then we've got Quincy Prums. And look, I was a very good player last year. I'm still adjusting to mechanics this year, so I'm on 15 wins right now. I've got about 7 games left. So I'm trying to clutch up for gold 1. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but the plan is to get back to that elite level of gameplay last year that I had. It was elite 1. I got a top 100 finish, so got to get back there. Obviously, I haven't played in a week, been trading a lot. But we have a great video for you guys, and I'm excited because I love doing these kind of videos, and I love getting everybody excited and prepared and ready for promos and things like that. If you guys enjoyed the video today, give me a thumbs up. And yeah, so what we're going to be talking about today, Scream, right? Scream is coming this week, and it should be either Friday or Wednesday. And I believe it's going to be on this Friday. And this is what we're going to talk about today. So, Scream last year, you've got it right here, and Scream was a promo in which it is for Halloween. Now, I know you guys might be surprised. Halloween is in 18 days. You're probably watching the time of this video, 17 days. It is the 13th right now. Halloween's on the 31st. Any math, that should be 18 days. But here we go. So these are the 23 players included in FIFA 18 Ultimate Team Scream, available for October 20th for a limited time. So, just before we get into this video, what is today's video going to be? Sit back, relax. It's going to be a long one. We're going to talk about what Scream was last year and then what you guys can expect this year in terms of things to come via SBCs, pack rewards, potential things, and then investments. We're going to talk about what I'd like you guys to be invested in to get up some spare change. Moreover, today's video is to inform you people of what is going to be going on like we do with all these promos. Get you guys ready to go so you guys know what you guys are doing, selling teams, not buying all right, whatever it is. So, here we go. These were the Scream cards last year. Overall, you have some pretty good cards. Now, usually, what these cards are, they're basically an upgrade, right? They're upgraded cards, and they're not that upgraded. They have, like, plus... It depends. Like, I think last year, I believe Company was an 84. Company was an 85, so Company got an 86. Like, I don't think the upgrades are massive. They're not anything crazy. I think Ribery was an 86 last year. Yeah, so... The upgrades are not crazy. Benzema was an 86, but they have I believe, like, is EA gonna show what happens to them when they're Scream? So, like, these are all the players. You do get some unique ones usually. Now I believe what they're not showing is that when they do get a full moon, and that's what I'll pull up right now. When there is a full moon boost. And I'll show you guys that right now. So, as you guys can see from the EA Sports Twitter last year, this was what happened when the Screams get boosted. So, like, you have certain cards that go crazy in terms of, like what they were and what they are. So, like, for example, right, like, let's go even Sturridge, right? Sturridge is an 83 before the boost. And then last year, he goes to a... What did he go to last year? He's a 90 rated. So, he goes from an 83... to a 90 rated card, which is just absolutely crazy. You have Charlie Musana, right? 77 rated card. And then he goes from a 77 rated card all the way up to an 85, I believe. So you've got some 84. So you've got some massive upgrades that happens during the Scream promo. And these cards become a never-ending cycle of cards you guys can invest in, cards you guys can trade with. Like, there's so much to do with these cards, and I'll explain everything with you guys. So, in terms of what to expect last year, and all that kind of stuff, well, I'll be honest with you guys. Last year, there wasn't that much of content, right? But I'll tell you this. This year seems like a very different year in terms of the eyes of EA and everybody. It feels like this year is a year that just EA looks like they care, and it looks like there's a lot of content. So, for me, I feel like for me this year, EA is going to do a ton of stuff. I would expect some repeatable SBCs. I would expect a lot of SBCs coming out from time to time. What I would do is, I'm not very keen on, like, doing a lot of this stuff. I would definitely start to stock up on teams that are, like, considered, like, scary teams. I know that I was just doing some icon trading, but I know that there's a team, I believe it's in the Serie A, I think. Maybe did they get relegated? This team right here, right? So, like, this team has cards that are already starting to get bid on because people are starting to buy into it, right? But what you guys can do is, at some point during Scream, I'm assuming that, and I don't know what, are these cards really already 900 coins? So these cards are already 900 coins. Now, this is going to be something that I don't know. What's the cheapest player from this team at? Is that him? So, like, from watching this video, right, like, I know that you guys might go buy some of these guys like crazy. Like, I'm fully aware of that. But this is something that you guys can really look into as an investment. Because, like, stocking 1 or 2 of these guys from each of the teams in your club. And what I would do is I would go back and I would look at, like, last year's players. I would go see from last year's players who was, like... And, look, if you're watching this video right now, and if any of these cards are over 1,000 coins, because I know how these videos work, some people are going to go buy like crazy. Don't buy. It's not worth it. But they do SBCs throughout the week in terms of, like, usually they do different SBCs that contain, you know, something like they contains a good pack value, right? And whatever's needed ends up going up a ton. So what I would do is I would just stock your club or prepare with that in terms of that stuff. You don't need to do it, right? If you watch this video and this stuff is up like crazy, I would probably go and not do it. I believe it's like, I don't know if it was Middlesbrough or Millwall. There was some team that was used a ton last year in one of these EFL leagues. I can't remember exactly what it was. But there was a team in here that was used a ton. So do your research. What I would do is the best thing to do if I were you guys, I would go and look at last year's Scream SBCs that came out and see what were the cards that were used a ton. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was one of the teams that here were used a ton. It might have been, I don't know if it was Cold Chip. I don't know if it was maybe that one. So definitely go through and look at that stuff. That's not the main part of my video today. So what I wanted to get you guys to understand is that these cards are always boosting and things like that. So that's going to be something that comes out. I have not seen a screen prediction yet. We may do a screen prediction on this. If you guys would like to see a screen prediction on this channel, I can totally bring you guys that. We could go through and try to pick up some, I guess, scary players or players that look scary. And we could bring that to this channel if you guys want to see that during the week. What I wanted to talk about with you guys right now is just the investment potential of heading into it. So from my experience, right, last year there was a untradeable repeatable SBC during Scream. There was an untradeable repeatable SBC, and what this SBC offered, right, can I get gold rare, was, I guess it was a non-repeatable, but you got a Scream player, right? So what I would do is, if I'm an investor, and I have to do more of this on this channel with you guys because it's just been crazy with the content and the streams and stuff, but you gotta know where you came from and things that can make easy coins, right? Right now you have 83s, which I believe if you go onto the market, right, and this is Flippin telling us the cheapest of all these players, right? You have 83s. If you go onto the market, you can get 83s right now on bid for 750,000 coins. So what I would do heading into this promo is I would try to get as little goalkeepers as you can. Goalkeepers are really bad for chemistry and they usually never go up. But what I would do is I would just scan the market. You've got a guy like Bruno Fernandes, right? Not 950 coins, right, on the market. You could probably get him on bid for a little bit cheaper. You could probably get him for 800 coins on bid. What I would do is I would just honestly stock your club. It's the best. And what you're going to have is in a week or so time, you're going to start to see these cards rise up in value. People are going to start to invest in these cards and things like that. So that's what I would tell you is something that you should start off doing. In my opinion, from watching this video, I know you got Ada Ruiz as an 83. So you've got all these 83s right now chilling on the market. And if you go on open bid, the deals are probably endless on open bid. I'm sure that they're very cheap on open bid. Try to stay away from goalkeepers is what I would say. The best way and route of investing is always not buying goalkeepers. I think goalkeepers always are players that you see that are just never really that good. Realistically, guys, the best time to do any of this stuff is always during a promo round. That's something that I know for sure, is that it's always the best to invest in this kind of stuff when there's promos out, because what you're having is you have a lot of things coming onto the market and things like that. So you have a lot of players that are being packed. But what I will tell you is that there's never a bad time to invest in SBC kind of stuff, because there's always options that you guys and routes that you guys can go. So I would totally, guys, get involved with this kind of stuff. I would look into buying some of these players, and it's something that I would consider doing. You guys can see here that I've actually got a cap on my club already. Well, that sucks. But look, yeah, stocking the club with players like Balotelli, right? Like 83 rated. This kind of stuff, for me, is just, it's a no-brainer. Like, I think that this stuff is stuff that you have to do. If you're looking to invest for Scream, and if you want to be prepared heading in with some 83s, look, these may not be used at all, but what I will tell you is that you may have a Team of the Week SBC coming up in the next few weeks, so you have a lot of different things coming up with all that stuff. So I would definitely go through, again, 83s. You have 83s sitting right now on the market. If you look right now, about 1.3 thousand coins, which is just insanely cheap if you look into the spectrum of how cheap that is. And then if you go into the market and you look at 84s, you've also got 84s sitting right now at about 2,000 coins. So you've got the potential to pick up 83s right now for about 1,000 coins, and you've got the potential to pick up 84s for about 2,200 coins. What I would also do, and hear me out loud and clear, some of these Scream SBCs are not that expensive, so they're not that high rated. I would look into these as 82s. A lot of 82s right now are about, literally, you can get 82s for discard right now. 82s are actually discard value, which means that you can basically pick up 82s at the price that you discard them for. So all this kind of investing is so safe. Like, there's nothing that you can do wrong here. There's nothing. None of this stuff you can go wrong with, like, in my opinion. There's just absolutely nothing that can go wrong here. Like, you are buying cards at a price that they discard at. Like, there's a genuine discard value at the cards that you're buying price. You guys can see here that I won 283s on bid for 750 coins, right? And it's coins that I didn't have before. What I would also do is, outside of all of that, and I'm going to go relist a few icons right now that I have that I'm trying to sell. What I would also do is I would go through and I would make sure that you have discard informs, right? Discard informs are all over the place, right? But I would make sure that you have them, right? It's like important to have them. So if you look at the team of the week, you've got a bunch of discard informs, and I would keep stocking up, right? Like, informs were already needed for Hazard Player of the Month. So we just had recently we just had a discard Player of the Month requirement, right? So like, informs were needed, and some discard informs went all the way up to about 15,000 coins, right? But what it did was it essentially knocked out some of the original supply. So now we're stuck with some informs that are a little bit more rare than they ever were. So what I would do is, it's now time to go and replenish. I bought this Sydney for 11,250 coins. It looks like he's up to 20,000, right? So you've got informs that are already inflated, and informs will stay up for the reason that Hazard's Player of the Month, like, that's out for 30 more days. So you have 30 more days of Hazard's Player of the Month. So what I would do is I would get onto the market and I would start to invest. I would start to look at this team of the week. If there's any from old team of the weeks, I would just go get one of each, right? Like, make it a priority for you guys, and I will sit here because this is, for me, heading into promos, this is the best way, in my opinion, to be ready for this stuff, right? Like, I told you guys, once we get to November, we're not in November yet, we're in October. Once we get to November, you start to see a lot of these informs be required for things, like a lot of them. You start to see a lot of these. You start to see EA using a lot of inform requirements, and what that does is, look, boys, it gives you the opportunity to make some big time coins. I would not tell you guys, if I thought something wasn't profitable, I wouldn't share it with you guys. Let me put it that way. I would not sit here and blow smoke up about something. Like, I would not sit here and tell you guys about 83s and 84s if I genuinely didn't think at some point during the Scream promo that you could make coins. I feel like at some point during the Scream promo, everybody can make coins from 83s and 84s, and that's just like how I feel. Now, you have a little bit of a problem because it looks like all discard informs are up a little bit because of Hazard Player of the Month, so you may have to pay a little bit more for discard informs. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. I believe right now, I think Bamba's about 11k, 10,750. Is he 10,750? 10,000. So we got a 10,000 Bamba right there. So that's a discard inform, right? And it's obviously not that high rated, and I would like it to be higher rated. And some of the discard informs right now from this team of the week are already really high, right? You've already got some guys that are getting into illusions and things like that. Here we got an Ospina. Oh, it's going to be his Champions League card. That's going to be a pain in the butt. But I would stock up like this, boys. And this is something that you could do that is so safe. Ospina's inform is 11,000 coins. I'm sure on bid, he's a lot cheaper. Is there any bids? There's not even any bids. Is there any bids? So 11,000 coins is what you can pay for an Ospina. If you want to be greedy, what you can do, obviously, is that you can sit here and play for a better deal. Like, I bet if I sit here on a snipe filter and I try to get an Ospina, we'll eventually probably go get one. So you guys can always be greedy. I mean, you guys saw me. I purchased an 83 for about 850 coins. Like, I didn't have to purchase it for that. I could have bought it for a little bit less. But I think it's something that you guys can look at doing. And it never hurts to be picky about what you buy and anything along the line of that. So I'm going to sit here for a second and try to get a deal on Ospina, as there's so many at 11k. I can't imagine that we couldn't find one at a 10,750 if we wanted to be greedy. There's going to be a certain point where I'm going to say I'm not going to be greedy anymore, and I'm going to just go buy one if this doesn't happen within the next few minutes. But this is kind of how the investing process works, and I think this is what you guys would see me be doing off camera. This is something that I would be greedy for, and I would wait it out for. If I can't find it, then maybe I'd go buy it. Otherwise, I'd probably just sit here and look at 11k, and then I would compare price, and I would probably try to get. So he's 10,750 on bid. So to be honest, I will go get one for 11k. He's actually not a bad card as well. That's a Calcio goalkeeper. and I'll just put it in my club, right, and forget about it. That's kind of how it goes. Now, you've obviously got some discard informs from this team of the week that are up a little bit. And this is the significance of investing in discard informs before they even go into packs, right? Is that you can be ahead of the game, or sorry, before the week goes on, you can be ahead of the game in the way that you can just have them, you're loaded, you're ready to go, and that's usually how I look at sometimes investing in discard informs. It's really good sometimes to just have them. He's got a Champions League card as well, just before anything goes on in the rest of the week. So if there's any at ever point where you see on like a Thursday or a Friday, right, after Foot Champions Rewards or something like that, if you see discard informs actually being cheaper in value, like if you see them at, I would say, like, honestly, if they're down at 10,250, 10,500, just pick them up, because right now with the content that EA is releasing, it seems like EA Sports are releasing content literally like every day. It feels daily. So it's honestly in your best interest of everybody watching this video. It's in your best interest to, for lack of better words, to stock up earlier than better. Now, in a situation like this, right, where Ruben Diaz and this whole team of the week, right, like some of the discard informs are a little bit too high in my eyes. Because this team of the week has so many days left, I'm going to actually wait it out. I'm not going to purchase these guys yet. I'm going to hold out on it a little bit. I don't think I have to go for it yet. I think I could stay strong and wait it out. I think that at certain points throughout the week, maybe in these last 4 days, that these guys get supplied a little bit more, and I'll have some success picking them up. Now, what I would steer clear of just as we head into Scream is this. I don't know if I love 85 rateds. I got to check out 85 rateds right now with you guys. Just to kind of, I know a lot of questions are going to be asked for this video. So 85 rateds are what price right now? Because this is going to be a problem. I know we have a lot of SBCs out right now. So 85 rateds are up a little bit in value. And that sucks because, look, I don't know how high rated SBCs we're going to get. So like this is a guy that last year I would have looked at a lot more. I'm probably not looking at him this year as much. Danny Rose, right? Like this is a guy that's 800 coins right now, and sometimes for SBCs and things like that, I just want to prepare you guys just to maybe pick up one of each of these guys in your club. Sometimes for SBCs down the line and things like that, you have a guy like Danny Rose who sells for a lot because of the nature of how these SBCs work, right? Where chemistry is of high importance and things like that. I think the best thing you guys can do heading into Scream is just stocking your clubs with 83s, 84s, and discard informs. I think at the end of the day, that is the best thing that you guys can do heading into that. I wouldn't go crazy on discard ones, the watches, and like discard special cards. I probably wouldn't do that kind of stuff. Just head into it with your general 83s, 84s, and all that kind of stuff. And I think you guys are in good hands. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Hope everybody's getting excited for Scream, or if you guys didn't understand what it was, if you guys got some background before it, we will be doing a Scream prediction video for you guys on the channel this week, so you guys will see that. Thank you guys for watching the video today. Let's get into it, baby. Scream is coming up. And yes, boys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the video soon. Peace out.